How much Bitcoin do you need to be a top 1% holder? Now, guys, the Bitcoin math is very simple. There's 21 million Bitcoin ever, and that is the max Bitcoin there will ever be. But there are way more millionaires than Bitcoin there is. So if every millionaire wanted one Bitcoin, that would actually be impossible. So what are the millionaires going to eventually try to do? They're going to try and get, zero point 0.5 Bitcoin or zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. But how do you actually get to the top 1% of holders? Like Michael Saylor or like Tesla or Satoshi or just other people that have an insane amount of Bitcoin. How much do you actually need to be in the top 1%? Because let's be real, guys, when it comes to top 1%, whether that's in net worth, whether that's in income, whether that's in real estate owned or stocks owned, it can get a bit tricky. And for a lot of people, it seems very unattainable. As opposed to Bitcoin, it's very simple. So today, we're going to go over that. We're also going to go over some news with Bitcoin today. Welcome back to the Bitcoin to $1 million channel. On this channel, we go over a bunch of concepts as opposed to just random BS. We're going to tell you guys exactly, or I say we, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what's going on in the markets. I'm going to tell you guys exactly who's buying Bitcoin. And this is the place to be completely informed with the orange coin. Okay, now let's talk about it. First off, with price, guys, Bitcoin is at $90,747. It is actually down 2.3% today, which is kind of interesting considering we saw rate cuts yesterday and we were expecting a very bullish, I guess, rest of the month or maybe rest of the week. In the past week, Bitcoin is down 1.2%. In the past month, guys, down 12%. Now, in the past year as well, down almost 10%, which again is pretty interesting considering Bitcoin had a crazy year this year. To be down in the past year is, yeah, I mean, kind of sucks, but hey, it is what it is. Now, let's talk about it. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin generational wealth ladder. Okay, now it's actually it's actually quite the interesting uh, image here because it basically shows you, how much do you actually need, right? So survival is 0.01, and this is the wealth tier ranking, okay? So survival stake, right, is 1 million sats, and again, those are Satoshis, so those are units. I'll simplify this, don't worry. So basically what it's saying is just to survive, right? And this means, in 10 years when inflation goes crazy, when currencies start to collapse, when the world is more or less in doomsday, which I'm not saying is guaranteed to happen, but if you take a look around, you see how poor everyone is, you see how no one owns homes, everyone's renting, people aren't having kids anymore. I mean, we're really going down a very dark path in, I guess, society. So 0.01 Bitcoin is, the survival, right? And guys, that is so attainable. I mean, 0.01, like just for context, right? That's literally $900. I mean, I'm sure if you went into your closet and you went into wherever and you just sold a bunch of shit you don't need, you're probably gonna come up with $1,000, right? Maybe it's gonna be tricky. It's snowing right now in Toronto. You go shovel driveways for a week or two, you're probably gonna come up with $900, right? Maybe not. Might take a bit more, but you get the point, right? This is not unattainable for anyone. I think anyone can literally go ahead and do this like now, right? This is very easy. Okay, so survive. You're gonna be able to do that, right? Cool. Now comfort is zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, right? This is a life-changing hedge, right? With 0.1 Bitcoin, again, you are going to be able to do a bit more. We covered this in yesterday's video where I talked about how much Bitcoin you need to be a millionaire or retire or whatever it was. And yeah, zero point 0.1 is still a pretty hefty amount. $9,000. I get that this is not attainable for everyone tomorrow. You might have to work up towards it. You might have to spend, a couple of weeks slash months going ahead and doing this, but 0.1, I mean, when this gets to $1 million, because when Bitcoin is $1 million, 0.1 Bitcoin will be $100,000, right? Which is pretty freaking good. Now, if you want to be a part of the elite, right? You want to be part of the top 1% of holders, you only need 0.21 Bitcoin, which again is not hard to attain at all, right? So 0.21 Bitcoin, guys, is literally $19,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? To even round up, we'll say $20,000 worth of Bitcoin. Now, $20,000 US in Bitcoin, how hard is that to get? Well, let's just say you really want to buy Bitcoin right now. Again, there's different ways to do this. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys could literally go to the bank and get a line of credit, buy Bitcoin, and just pay out the line of credit every single month, right? If you just want to get to 0.21 Bitcoin right now, today, hard to do. And more importantly, I'm pretty sure people could probably save or move some stuff around. Again, assuming you want like Bitcoin and you want to get 0.21%, want to be the top 1%, not hard at all. Now, moving forward, generational wealth is going to be 1 Bitcoin. Obviously, that makes sense. And dynasty is going to be 10 plus Bitcoin. Now, me personally, guys, if I would be able to get to 10 plus Bitcoin, I would feel so comfortable in life. I don't think I'd ever have to worry about anything ever. Right now, let's talk about some news. So first off, guys, Revolut and Trust Wallet are partnered to enable instant Bitcoin and crypto purchases in the EU with zero fees and self-custody. Obviously, this is very bullish because Revolut is one of the biggest banks in Europe, and having crypto movement payments or whatever movement, buying and selling on that is going to be huge. Next up, this is pretty interesting. So 5 years ago, an insurance giant called Mass Mutual bought $100 million worth of Bitcoin. Today, they're up over 500 million. Again, guys, this is possible with Bitcoin, right? A lot of companies are starting to realize that, with Bitcoin, you're actually able to make a lot of money and it just makes a lot of sense, right? It's just an investment that works. Now, me in me in 2011 instead of claiming 5 Bitcoin for free. So this post went viral on X, basically talking about how in 2011 you could go to this Bitcoin faucet website and literally get 5 Bitcoin for free. Guys, in 2011 I was literally 11 years old. I don't know what I was doing, probably playing Pokemon games on my DS or something. But yeah, it's funny to see. In 2011, a lot of us that are part of crypto now had no idea what crypto even was. Now, finally, guys, this was the biggest fail of the week or whatever. A 20-year-old, I believe she's from Quebec as well. So the francophones, not really doing too well. She basically had a lottery win, and she rejected 1 million in favor of $1,000 weekly payments for life, right? Which is insane. So imagine you had an option of $1 million now or $1,000 every single day for the rest of your life. In my opinion, this is a no-brainer. I would pick $1 million. Picking 1K a week is one of the stupidest things you could have done. $1 million today, I would literally put, let's just call it like 200, 300K of that into Bitcoin. For the rest, I'd literally just go buy real estate and I would have passive income for the rest of my life, right? Literally just have real estate, maybe invest some of it into stocks as well. Split up into three, right? So 33% into Bitcoin, 33% into stocks, and 33% into buying a property. And I would literally be comfortable for the rest of my life. But it's insane. People don't understand how to work their money, and people are just so financial illiterate. But guys, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.